Hello everyone, my name is Cody James, and I just wanted to take a few moments to share with you about some amazing God moments that I experienced last year with Legacy Fishing Retreats on Lake Pepin near Red Wing. I was honored to be part of this retreat as a speaker and worship leader, but this particular retreat we're going to be taking a group of guys from Teen Challenge Fishing, and considering the kind of ministry I do, this was super close to my heart. And from our arrival at Villa Maria, which was a monastery, and we were going to be staying in these cabins, I could, both Rob and I actually, we could just feel the peace of God. But I remember having an excited anticipation for the arrival of the guys from Teen Challenge and to see what God was going to do. After everyone arrived and got settled in, I could almost see the first layers of stress begin to melt away from all of us. The kind of stress that the world just seems to put on us from daily life sometimes. And after supper around the campfire that evening, I played guitar and we all sang and praised God. And there were moments of cutting up and laughter and moments of quiet as well around the campfire. And those are the kind of moments that are difficult to put into words. The best that I think I can do is experiencing God's greatness. And I could sense for some that, if not a lot of the guys, that this may have been the first time they ever experienced anything quite like that in that setting. And as the flames danced in the fire, it was as if God were using those flames to melt away yet another layer, bringing everyone closer to a place of being open to what He had for us that weekend, giving us peace and unity and the beginnings of healings. You know, God was bringing us all together. And frankly, if there was anybody there that may have been a little bit tenuous about the situation and coming due to past experiences or cultural differences or preconceived notions, God was ridding us of those differences. He was setting a new table and placing us all around it with Him as the centerpiece. And frankly, this is the way I've always seen God use Legacy Retreats, and its founder, Rob Watlow, and all that volunteer. The next morning, all the guides convoyed their boats to the boat launch, and each of us taking 2 or 3 guys from Teen Challenge. And many of these guys had never had the pure pleasure and simple enjoyment of going on a fishing trip, and some had never even caught a fish until that day. Rob and I had 2 gentlemen with us, Edward and Mike, 2 guys from Teen Challenge and both from Detroit. And I'll never forget, as we got out of the no-wake zone in Rob's boat and he hammered down or throttled up, whatever, we began gliding across the water, and then we hit some choppy water and the boat started catching a little bit of air. And you know, I'll be honest, I just always it's like a fun ride. And I spun my chair around and I'm just laughing, and I look back at Mike and Edward, and they're just going too, man. We were all just laughing like we're little kids on a roller coaster. That day we shared stories of our lives with one another, and we had a real transparency. And some of the stories were heartbreaking, but at the same time, hearts were being healed that day because of the love of Jesus that we all felt. That day we laughed, we praised God, we prayed, and we even caught fish. Any remains of the world that might have been left on us, any of us at that point, just fell away. And we were just 4 men fishing. Okay, 4 boys fishing. If you ask our wives, a grown man turned to a 12-year-old in a second when you start talking about going fishing or hunting. But, okay, so 4 men fishing, 4 boys fishing, 4 brothers in Christ fishing. Grateful to just be able to be together and have an opportunity to feel God's family and to be part of it, and also to enjoy His amazing creation. I've had the opportunity to be part of several Legacy Fishing Retreats, and I can tell you it's always our desire when we work these retreats to be the ones to give and to be the biggest blessings to those who attend. But when we see God move in these people's lives and the changes take place and the hearts are touched, you know, that blessing overflows and pours onto all of us. You just can't outgive God. I pray that one day you can experience a Legacy Retreat and that you can be part of helping or supporting this ministry somehow. And I pray that you get to experience the blessings that flow from it. Thank you, Rob Watlow, for being obedient to the calling that God's put on your life. You know that it's personally been an answered prayer from mine for your brotherhood and for your obedience to God with this ministry. Thank you all for listening. God bless.